Hey guys, welcome back to Ani's Life. Today I'm doing something new. I'm doing as you can tell by the title, a movie review. This is my first movie review on this channel. So if you like me doing movie reviews on this channel, give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below, and I'll be glad to do more movie reviews because I am a movie buff. So today we are reviewing The Lovebirds. So it's starting issarae, and his name is, okay, I don't want to butcher it, but his name is Kumal Nanjiani. Kumal Nanjiani. I don't know if I pronounced that right. But I remember when this came out for the trailer, and it was gonna open up in the movie theaters, and we were so excited because it looked so funny. Plus I just love Issa Rae. I think her style of comedy is just so hilarious, so we were so excited to see it in the movies. But then of course the pandemic happened, and then I guess it got shelved for a minute. But then I was just so excited when Netflix picked it up. So Netflix picked it up, so we're able to watch it in our home. So that is so exciting. And I know Issa and Kamal are very excited too, because it's like, dang, you worked hard on that movie and then nobody's gonna be able to see it, or they're gonna be seeing it like a year later. So that was good. Good on you, Netflix. Good on you. So let's get into the review. First and foremost, the movie is hilarious from beginning to the end. It is hilarious. So if you want something funny to watch, click on this movie, okay? So it's filmed in New Orleans. Well, the scenes and stuff of the movie is supposed to be in New Orleans. Who knows if they shot it in New Orleans? You know how they do that sometimes on movies. You think it's filmed in another place, but So the characters are Leilani, which is played by Issa Rae, and then Jabron, which is played by Kamal. So they're the two main characters or whatever. Um so when it comes to, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. I jotted some stuff down while the movie was going on. So it first comes on, and it's just like the happy couple. It looks like they're maybe on their first date, or they're early in their dating relationship, and they're so happy and in love, and everything is butterflies and stuff. And then it flashes to 4 years later, and they're screaming, they're at each other's throats, they just can't get along. They're actually fighting about the show The Amazing Race, which is one of my favorite shows. I love The Amazing Race. It is my all-time dream to get on Amazing Race. So when they had that reference in there, I was like, oh my goodness, it was so cool, because I love that show. So it was just showing how they were, fighting over small little idiot things. You know how when you get in a relationship, everything is all good in the beginning, and then years down the line, and you just bickering and just fighting over any little thing. So they were fighting over that. So of course they're, I think, are they going out on a date? I think they are. They're going out on a date, and they're driving, and they're bickering and not paying attention or whatever it did. All of a sudden their guy just slams on their windshield, and they like, what the heck? So they get out, try to check on him, and then he's trying to get away from them. And then all of a sudden, this other guy comes in and tells him he need their car. And then the guy runs over the man. And they just looking like, what? First of all, tells them he's a cop. So they're like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, and then he was like, he's the bad guy. So they was like, oh, yeah. We need to get him. We need to get him, the bad guy. So they trying to help him navigate through the traffic and everything. And so finally the guy found him, and he catches up to the guy, and he freaking runs him over, not once, not 2 times, several times. So that's when they realize, oh shoot, okay, he is not no dang on cop. So that's when it starts, they get away from him, and then to no, yeah, they were about to get away from him, but then no, he was about to kill them because of course they witnessed what he was doing. But then Sirens was sorry guys, I got like a hair on my lip. I hate that. um Sirens was going on, so he ran or whatever, and then as they were just in shock, like what just happened, here come a couple here come a couple looking at them like, oh my god, they see a dead man on the ground, and them, and he got blood on his shirt, so they're like, oh my god, you murderers or whatever. So they ran. Mistake number one, they ran. What would you do? Isn't that would be such, I hope, God forbid, I never be in that predicament. Let me knock on some wood. But isn't that like a feasible, crazy scenario to be in? Like you could actually really see that happening to you. You just driving and some guy get in your car telling me he a cop, and then end up killing somebody, and then he run away or something happened where he get away and you just standing there with the dead body. That would be crazy. I hope I never experience anything like that, but that would be crazy because you just look so guilty. He had blood on his shirt, and she took his cell phone, the dead guy's cell phone, and everything. So yeah, so that's how it begins. They start looking for clues. They want to try to solve this murder, and want to see who was trying to kill this guy or whatever. So then, first of all, I love their sense of humor. Their sense of humor together is like a perfect match, because Issa, she has this kind of like awkward, quirky type of unique type of sense of humor. And in this movie, I don't really know his body of work that much, but I do know he's a well-known actor. And it just meshed really, really good. It's kind of like, how Ben Stiller character is in movies, like that quirky type of personality humor. I love that type of humor. So them two together, it was perfect. So then, can we talk about her with her high heel shoes, okay? Because when it all happened, they were going on like a little date night or whatever. So she had her heels on, and then she was running from the people, and trying to hide away, all the while having high heel shoes on. I'm like, girl, if you don't take them shoes off. But eventually she did. But she took them off to put on some size 12 tennis shoes that was so big. It was so funny. So that was a little funny scene. And so then the bacon grease scene. Oh my goodness. So they get mixed up with this couple, whatever. And so the couple basically tell them, look, do you want what's behind door number 1, or do you want bacon grease to the face? And the way she said to the face. So it's a piping hot bacon grease. Can you imagine that getting spilled or poured on any part of your body? That is horrible. So of course he talking about he want door number 1. What was behind door number 1? A freaking big old horse, and just boom, kicked him right in the chest. It was so funny. Just knocked him down. He told her character name is Leilani, but Issa, he told her, take the grease. So that whole scene was so funny. I love that scene. That was really funny. And then what else happened? Oh, okay. So then, they get away from them or whatever. So they still trying to solve the case. They ended up going to this mass ceremony. So, everybody had to wear these bird type of mask. And so they just looking, you gotta wear tuxedo and the ladies have to wear a nice dress and everything. So they looking like, okay, this is weird. What the heck is this? Like, oh my goodness. She like, this some Illuminati type stuff. But she said Illuminati type stuff on the movie, but then in the trailer before, this whole thing happened where it was going to get released in the theaters, on that trailer, she said this some Handmaid's Tale type ish. So they switched that line in the Netflix movie. Oh, I wonder. I don't know. I don't know why they switched it, but anyway, it was funny. It was so creepy, and so the way they did it, so they found out that they were imposters or whatever, and the way that they did it, man, if you want to know like who's a mole or something like that in your crew or something like that, that was a good fake out, because everybody had on masks, and then of course if you like a true member, you knew never take off your mask, never reveal your identity. But of course these two bozos, they didn't know that. So he was like, we have an imposter. Take off your mask. Everybody take off your mask. And so they look at each other. And so they took off their mask and everybody else did. So it was like, boom, right there. That's a good way to get somebody. That is a good way to get somebody. So of course, they got them and everything. But the whole mass ceremony thing, it turned out to be a big old orgy, and they call your number, and if they call your number you gotta go and participate in the orgy. Creepy, okay? Like real creepy. Like, who thought about that? Is that what's really happening in these streets? Hmm. Yeah, that was creepy. So anyway, they got busted or whatever at the ceremony, and then all of a sudden the cops rush in, take them down to the station, and then the detective is like, we were trying to track y'all down all day. We know y'all didn't do the murder. We just wanted to get y'all's statement and, see if, you could tell us something about the murder, because we saw everything on cameras. So the whole thing, they went through all of that trouble and they didn't even have to, because they knew that they didn't do it. It was, everything was filmed. So they just went through all of that for nothing. It was so funny. Um, so throughout the movie, they would, like, if they had to fight or if they had to do something, they'd be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, okay, and then they do whatever they gonna do. But they was not on the same page when it came to the 1, 2, 3 thing. So finally, at the very end, when they you know well, no, they didn't end up killing the guy, but at the very end, when they were gonna, get the bad guy or whatever, their whole 1, 2, 3, they actually did it on the same time, and it actually worked. So that was a, kind of cool little thing, because throughout the movie it didn't work, and then at the very end they came together and it worked, and they got the bad guy. He was a dirty cop. It always be like that. It always be a dirty cop. What is up with that? What's up with these cops? It always be a dirty cop. So yeah. So they got the bad guy. They were oh yeah, at the very end. So yeah, so they got checked out at the ambulance. They had to go to the hospital. They ended up, coming together and realizing that, they do love each other, because they were fighting so much during the whole movie that Jabron, he actually said that like they should break up. So they were, not getting along. So then at the end, they ended up realizing that they do love each other. So they got back together. And then it flashed to a year later, and they got on the Amazing Race. How ironic was that? They were fighting about the Amazing Race, saying that it was a trash show. They would never do it. They would never last on that show. And a year later, they got on the Amazing Race. And then it was so funny because Jabron, he was like, I don't want to ever see no horses ever in my life again. And then it flashed to the clue that they had to do. They had to like do something on a horse, I guess ride a horse or something like that. And he looked up and saw them big old horses. He was just like, oh, shoot. So it was funny. I really liked the movie. So I give it, let's see, 1 out of 5. I give it a 4. I give it a strong 4. I would give it a strong 4. Would I give it a 5? Yeah, I give it a strong 4. It was really funny. It was a cute little fun movie. Um, if it would have came out in the movies, I would have been satisfied. I would have felt like, I got my money's worth. So yeah, I thought it was really good. Who knows? Maybe they could continue to do a part 2 because, maybe they could get into some trouble again by accident, continue the whole Amazing Race story. So yeah, who knows? So if you haven't checked it out on Netflix, it is available now on Netflix. And let me know if you guys watched the movie. Let me know in the comments below and what you rated it. Did you like it? Did you not? So yeah, I give it a strong 4. All right. So thanks for watching my video. If you like videos like this, give me a thumbs up and I'll catch you guys in the next video.